Hello, WhirlyBall Nation. This is Gustavo the Whirly Feet, coming at you live from his spare bedroom. Turn that music down for a second. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, please click subscribe and ring the bell and like this video if you like it. This is my first live show, which is kind of weird. I've had this YouTube channel many years, but I've never done a show like this. I usually just live stream tournaments and stuff like that. I've done our Monday night leagues over at WhirlyBall Novi, and a couple national tournaments over the last 3 years. So what I'm doing tonight is I dropped a little link in the closed group on Facebook that is the WhirlyBall Nation, as it sometimes is nicknamed. And this is where we kind of all chat, all in our little WhirlyBall world, as it were. So I thought it'd be fun, since I've been playing with Zoom with all these people, my friends that I don't get to see, and a couple people I just met. It's been a lot of fun, and I had this idea of what if we just all kind of chatted together. I don't know, let the whole non-WhirlyBall world know we exist. This is part of the reason why I created this channel, was to spread the whirly word, make sure people know that this game exists. So I'm going to kind of see if I can't bully a couple people into this chat room here. I am going to be loosely monitoring the chat room, so if you're watching, I see there's one other person watching, but I'm going to keep talking. I like to hear my own voice sometimes, and it can be weird talking to yourself, but people will watch this in the future. I might watch this in the future. Somebody might have totally been like, you know what, I forgot that I was going to watch that stupid Whirly Freak thing and fell asleep. I do that all the time. And the thing is we have WhirlyBall players across the nation. So, this is getting closer to, old man bedtime for me here. Whereas, in Seattle, they're having dinner. So far, nobody in the chat room. Let's see if we can rectify that. What's that? Oh, okay. All right. All right, Matty Ice in the chat room. Can you hear me? Try to get closer to the microphone. My girlfriend said she could hardly hear me. So, making sure I got that going. Uh-oh. Why am I hearing that? All right. So far, nobody in my Zoom room, which I figured would happen. But let's get on the Facebook and see if we can bully somebody in. Matt says he can barely hear. All right. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I can turn the mic up a little bit like that, but I don't want to blast anybody out. So I'm going to go based off of my one YouTube watcher and see what they say. How's it now? Ben Glotzhober. All right, so this is all a test run. It'd be a lot easier if I had, I don't know, done this little dry run, but I figured I'd never get around to it. I keep putting it off, you know. Let's see if I can get Ben in here. But yeah, this is gonna be real sloppy, and I'm gonna improve my game as I go. But yeah, let's see. I got a lot of new toys I'm playing with. Oh, just still got the music. Alright, let's kill the music. And let's see what Ben's up to. Can you hear me, Ben?
I can hear you, Gus. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome.
I believe everybody can hear you. Because if I can hear you, everybody should hear you. The way I have it set up. But they can't see you till I do this. Ha ha ha. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
Okay, so if there's anybody watching this that doesn't know who this is Ben Glotzhober. He plays for the Michigan Club, and he's a real important guy with us. He does a lot of stuff. Over the years, he helped train what I'd call my generation of C players. Yeah, we owe a lot to this guy. That's why he got the 2015 Michigan WhirlyBaller of the Year. Yeah, that's one of your titles. So what have you been up to since last we talked, man?
Not too much. I don't know if it's my connection here, but it's a bit laggy. Can you hear me all right? Am I talking right after you? It might just be my video feed.
It could be laggy because of the laptop I'm using.
I think it's me. I don't think it's you.
Okay.
Be my guess.
Well,
I don't know.
It's not going to be perfect.
Better. No, never is. No, I've just been hanging out at the house. Actually, golf courses are open now in Michigan, so I've already played a bunch. So it's a good time for me.
I barely leave the house. You know what I've been doing? I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of video research. You know, I sent you a link of one of the videos I was watching, but I also kind of started watching a live video of one of these guys. They Photo Joseph, shout out. He won't be watching this, but shout out to Photo Joseph. Because I learned a lot of stuff from his video. Also, Aaron Pilecki, I think it is. I can't remember it offhand. But very informative videos if you want to learn how to do video switching on the fly in a YouTube kind of environment. But fun kind of tidbit, Ben. One morning I woke up and YouTube told me to watch a video on a particular product, and I sent it to Steve Vogt from Seattle and said, you guys might be able to use this. And he said, I was looking at that like yesterday or something, or this morning, or he had bought one that morning.
Cool.
Because he had watched that same exact video. It's kind of funny. But that's a cool kind of audio-based mixer. Where you can pre-program some sound effects, maybe your intro music. That device would marriage with this real well, because my audio is kind of ghetto rig.
Well, you've got some extra time now to perfect it before nationals.
I do, but no income. So I got a list of things to buy once the shop gets going and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, trying to be resourceful. Like, I took an HDMI cord out of my TV setup. I'm not going to be playing video games tonight, so screw it. So one of those cords is in this operation here.
Gotcha.
But if there's any tech geeks out there that want to know, I have an A10 Mini by Blackmagic Design. Not the A10 Mini Pro, which is twice as much, but still cheap as hell. I'm streaming off my Webcaster X2, which is what I used in Seattle. I had them. I bought them just after the 2018 Nationals in Atlanta. Because that first live stream I did off my computer with the Elgato capture card, which is a rarity. I have all these things I bought over the years that people can't get right now. Like what you're seeing me on, Ben, is a Logitech webcam. And it's one of the best webcams as far as webcams go. People can't get those right now. That capture card I just mentioned, live show, Elgato makes, as you know, and people can't get those. This webcaster's discontinued. I cannot talk now. This webcaster's discontinued. So it's like, oh man. The ATEM Mini Pro can live stream, so you wouldn't need the webcaster. But I bought this one contented. Contented with it. It's a new toy I can play with. I didn't need to spend $600. I just spent $300. But I can control 4 HDMI inputs. So right now everybody can see you, but I can switch to my GoPro cam here.
So you can. So when more people join to the Zoom meeting, you can then switch into other people's feeds and that kind of stuff, basically.
Well, the Zoom's gonna do that for me.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, so it's just the Zoom. It's a Zoom feed that you're putting onto the channel.
Yeah, that's what I got on channel 3.
Gotcha.
So I can show people my crappy desktop. Sloppy. But I do have the features here, the software control. I have a little macro I created, so I can click this button and go, I'm the Whirly Freak coming at you from Detroit, Michigan. Not really. But, for the people outside the state, close enough. And they'll know.
I'm surprised more people haven't come into the Zoom meeting.
Fania expressed some interest. But yeah, nobody else is in the thing.
I wonder if it's because you post. Well, I guess you posted the link as a comment under the post.
Should I post it as a new post?
Maybe, but do it a separate post so
yeah,
everyone
just kind of throw it at the
join
top.
Can.
Boom, boom, boom. Some chalk. I'm going to multitask here and try to talk to the camera and hit up Facebook here. What I should have done is gave you a topic to roll with. But yeah. So you're still working, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. We're trying to do more stuff remotely, but if issues arise that the customer can't take care of themselves, I can still go on site.
Oops. I could hear Amy in the kitchen. But since they couldn't hear me very well at the beginning, I'm going to assume I can hear more than the audience can. I don't know. Let's see. Copy that. Right up here. Ben's probably doing the same thing I'm doing. Alright, we'll see if that gets any attention. I may go over to the chat room. Oh, Matt said he loved us before he signed off.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Matthew. See that
we got Steve Vogt watching.
See the Nationals dates have been set again.
Oh, yeah. The Nationals 2021 has announced. We'll probably hear some feedback from that as the day goes on. But yeah, If anybody out there's watching, have a Zoom account or whatever, hop over to the, Facebook group.
No,
We'll get you on.
I'll be right back.
Ben sneaking off here. I'm gonna kill the audio in case somebody like booms, bombs, Zoom bombs. I'm gonna have to drink this beer over here. I got Steve in the room. Steve's coming in here. What's going on, Steve Vogt? Can't hear him yet.
Oh, can't hear me.
There we
Hold
go.
on.
It was on my end.
Oh.
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay, so I currently have a weird setup. I have my TV on with Gus on the TV. I was listening to that. I have my phone through the Zoom, and then I also have YouTube on my phone going at the same time.
I was going to try to direct people as to what they should or shouldn't do as far as muting one thing and watching through another, but I get confused in my own setup, yo.
Yeah.
I can't tell somebody else what to do.
I'm on TV now. Weird. Hey, look at that. That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I could switch back to my camera and just kind of steal the audience. I have my webcam that anybody in the Zoom room will see me from sitting on top of the monitor that I'm watching the output on, and then my GoPro's right in front of that. So I kind of look in this whole area perfectly, and except for I have to look down to work on my computer, but almost a perfect setup. I got a few things ordered from Amazon. Uh-oh, here comes Clint Fisher.
I got kind of excited when you were talking about using your GoPro. Is that what you're using right now to stream?
That's what this camera is.
Okay.
Not the GoPro, or not the Zoom Room. Zoom Room is a Logitech webcam going into my spare laptop.
Okay, because I have a Hero Session that I just like dusted off, and I was gonna try and see if I could use that with my new laptop, but unfortunately, it's the generation is too old, so it won't work. And then I tried going on Amazon to look for a Logitech webcam, but of course
can't get them.
Practically sold out, or the ones that I do want, people are like, price gouging for like
whirly balls that hit you in the face.
Yes, exactly. I'm getting hit by the Amazon whirly balls in the face.
Welcome, Clint Fisher. This is a fun little group we've assembled here. I got the guy that brought me into National WhirlyBall now. I got one of my mentors I just mentioned earlier, the first one that joined on, who also gave me this cool glass. Man, I cannot talk tonight. I'm going to get through this and it won't matter.
Drunk. He's going to cut us all off.
Oh, yeah. And then now Steve Vogt, who's one of my favorite whirly friends. Until everybody else shows on, and then I have to say the same thing.
James Gill for president.
What's going on, Clint?
Hey, man, how you doing?
This is what I'm doing. I've been watching a lot of YouTubers, and I sit inside my own head going, what would my YouTube show be like? And instead of just doing it. So now I'm doing it.
How do I know you're not lying to me?
If you click the link, we're YouTubers right now. I am. You guys are on my show.
Oh.
It's a thing.
Well, my 5 team people I like to play with are...
Hey, don't steal.
I'm joking.
No, I'm not stealing Steve's thunder.
I'll mute myself.
I actually have a plug for Steve. I was graphically ready for Steve. Let me hang on here. Not that ready, apparently. drag that over.
Sounds pretty graphic.
Yeah.
So I can, do a pitch for What in the Whirl. So if you're in the podcast, just listen to a couple guys talk about their thing. What in the Whirl is the podcast about whirlyball. A couple of my friends from Seattle, they do this show. I listen to it all the time. Usually when I'm eating dinner, me and my girlfriend. It's a good time. But yeah, you can just
Which
Google
girlfriend?
that, because that's as lazy as I'm going to be. But yeah.
Is it that 3-letter girlfriend?
Amy, yeah.
Okay.
She
all right.
she won't come on camera, but she'll probably come in earshot. And
Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Clint says hi.
Hi, Clint. Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Hi, Ben.
Hey, Amy.
Do you need another beer?
No, I am good.
Okay. All right. I finally got
Let's
my
go
phone
back to
work.
the Zoom
Sorry.
room.
I'll be quiet.
Hey, Gus. Gus, are you able to? Can you text me the Zoom meeting invite? I'm gonna send it to a couple
Yeah.
people.
No criminal.
You can't just nab it from Facebook?
I tried. I tried to copy, and there was like no actual link. It was just like a.
Do I have your phone number?
Check the bathroom.
Well, while we're doing this,
Oh wait, hold on.
I'm
Maybe
not
this
gonna-
is it.
I don't know, Steve.
Well, I could just give it to you right now if you want.
But then we're live and everybody has your phone number.
Oh
I don't
right,
have your
right.
phone number.
Get all these like random calls from people.
So I had
I
a
won't
thought.
call you, Steve. Don't worry.
For tonight, I didn't want to limit the time limit as far as are we going to talk for, I don't know, an hour or more. I didn't want to cut off in an hour. If things got good, an hour from now. But what I thought was, once I figure out what I want to do, I can do a weekly show and keep the Zoom meeting going on once we go off air. And it'll be like the after party.
There
So
you
we'll
go.
do the show
Yeah.
for an hour and then go off air and then get stupid.
I thought
Maybe
we were
fun.
going stupid now.
I don't know.
I just sent you my number.
Cool. We'll see.
I'm gonna try and see if I can get Mark and Noah on.
Oh yeah, technology.
Over.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Cause I have graphics for them.
Yeah, well, it was funny. We were gonna try and do a Zoom meeting tonight, anyways, because we're gonna do an episode
Oh,
tomorrow.
I stole your
think.
thunder.
Oh no, it's all good.
Do you guys do your show on
Yeah.
Wednesdays?
Yeah.
I was trying
Well,
to
no,
pick a day, and I just. I
So
don't
it
know, couldn't
wasn't.
pick one.
Yeah, we were just gonna do like some random meeting to kind of talk about some of. Like I said, I just got the laptop for the show, and then we're gonna talk about the headphones and some mics and some show ideas. We actually have a guest lined up for tomorrow, so that'll be cool.
Right on.
And yeah, got the old Audacity downloaded, so I'm gonna start learning how to use that, and yeah, make the show and the audio a little bit more legit.
No, it'll be good. I like it. I approve of everything. And like we talked, Steve and I and the other fellows, we did some undercover work. We did a little test drive of
I'm texting
me
Steve,
live
sorry.
streaming.
Yeah, I was
Um,
about to reply.
the one thing I did, Steve, I found out that my audio was really low, which was the same thing about the start of tonight. So I could hear you guys just fine in the recording I did.
Yeah,
But whenever like Mark talked to me, like, so Gus, who's playing? You can hear this faint voice that's like, oh, so there's a Clint Fisher out there.
That seems perfect.
It's just-
yeah.
So once I chop that down, I will release that because I'm about to just release all the raw crap that I thought was not good enough to show anybody.
Yeah.
Because
Why
we're all
not?
gonna die soon.
Yeah.
Oops. Did I just say that with my outside voice?
No. Steve, how did people take it in Seattle as far as us canceling? I'm just curious.
I can't speak for everybody, but I can definitely speak for James Gill.
Please do.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just that comment's based off of the Facebook thread that I saw about him wanting it sooner rather than 2021 summer. But
Well,
I mean,
I'm gonna give the inside scoop. It was Ben's fault.
damn it, Ben.
I'll take credit.
It's all because I don't know how to pronounce your last name, isn't it?
Who does?
Hey, I don't know how to pronounce your last name either, Steve.
No.
It's Vogt and Glotzhober.
Yeah.
Glotzhober.
Yes.
Yeah, I said it right. Right?
Vogt-Holber?
It's
So
Hober,
they
not
got
Hauber.
married. Voltson Gruber.
And it's Clint Fisher.
Clink.
Clint Fisher.
No, Steve, I just asked the question. I mean, we talked about it for a long time. It was really, really tough decision. I mean, we just, after everyone else canceled, and then when's it going to be clear? Like I said, I mean, it's more a matter of someone could die from this. I mean, it's not just we're going to get sick.
It's real serious.
I just went back to work here on well, technically Friday, but this week I went back to work and I found out that, and I don't work with a lot of people anymore, but two of the people, one guy's mom and one guy's dad died.
Yeah.
It's serious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just because the country is going to be opening up doesn't mean necessarily that the threat, is going to be over with,
Except Jordan.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I agreed with the decision. I think overall in Seattle, there's disappointment, but I think the majority of people understand that they get it, and if they're not happy with the new dates, well, I'm not sure what
There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, nothing to do. I mean, we don't even know what the state of like the centers are going to be at. They're gonna probably want to get as much corporate business as they can when they do open up to try and make up for all the losses. So
I mean, we were talking about it. I mean, the NBA and the NFL called us to see what we were doing first before they canceled.
What's up, fellas? Anyone hear me?
It's Mr. Jeremy Bennett, everybody.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Gus? It's Steve. Hey, Ben.
what's up? Hey.
Ben, have you shaved your head, or is that part of the background?
No, I have shaved my head.
You did? You're just sticking long hair?
I said screw it. No, I did it about a week and a half ago.
It's that
I
phobia.
couldn't-
I'm almost at mine's
Put
almost
right
at
on
a
there.
mullet.
Yeah,
When mine changes to a mullet, I'll think about it.
I couldn't deal with it anymore, and it looks like it's still going to be a month until I can even go to pay to get someone to do it. So I just did it myself, and
Nice. I like the Lake George background, too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he wishes he was.
Oh, by the way, we have enough for a team now.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, this is how we're picking teams now.
Gus, you got D, or you cheering, or what you doing?
I got defense. Oh wait, I'll bring out the shaker.
Well, Steve's for the Seattle game plan this time.
I'm finally on a team. I'm on the dream team.
Well, you're our second best shooter.
Ben, I don't know. Ben's pretty good. I think it's a toss up
Okay,
between
you're
him
our
and I.
third best shooter.
Yeah.
Man,
Switch
Gus,
the
how you
speaker.
been? What you busy with, man? Gus, what have you been doing? No tattoo
Oh, that was
shop.
for me. I was just answering this question recently, so I'll try not to repeat too much, but I've been doing some research which would benefit the whirlyball world, trying to get more pro. I bought this fun toy, which is called A10 Mini by Black Magic Design, if you want to look that up. But it's a HDMI mixer. I can put in 4 inputs, so I have right now everybody's seeing my laptop, but I can switch to my GoPro, which I have that's my main camera. Go back to the Zoom room, but everybody in Zoom sees me on a webcam going into a different laptop. I have my trusty rusty webcaster that I use the live stream over here, but the new toy is feeding into that.
Sweet.
So I have a monitor of that output right up here, so I can look at the monitor, look at the YouTube camera, look at my my GoPro cam for the whole stream, and it's kind of fun. But I keep forgetting that the whole point of this show was bringing in everybody to talk to the WhirlyBall Nation, or talk to the rest of the nation, and let them know that we exist, the WhirlyBall Nation.
We're still here, gearing up for Nationals 2021.
420 days, as the guy posted today. I was gonna post the hours, but I thought, well,
we can pick teams in
too
10
depressing.
months. Nice. Well, actually, I just wanted to pop in and say hey to you guys, see who was on here. So I'm actually gonna probably start watching a movie, and we're making mango smoothies at the moment.
ooh,
So I just want to say what's up, fellas.
sounds like a team name.
Mango smoothies.
Mango
there, it's a good
smoothies. That's perfect for you, Jeremy.
one. All right, good to see you guys.
Well, Steve was gonna bring the other guys from this show on. Where they at, Steve?
Oh, that'd be fun. Live
I
show.
just
All right,
sent
see you, fellas.
I just
gotta
sent him
run.
a text. All right, later, Jer.
See you, Dave.
DJ.
Yeah, it'd be fun to
Man,
have
I'm
Mark
glad
and
he's
Noah
gone.
come on.
What's that?
Man, I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah.
What if he's watching at home?
Oh, I hope he
rude.
is. I'll
Yeah.
text him.
That's the movie he was talking about.
I doubt it.
Movie.
I got another person here. Oh, it's Mr. Noah Aaron.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, he disappeared. Spoke too soon.
He'll be back.
Well, I'm kind of surprised there's not more people.
I expect Jay Fania expected.
No, I said
eventually.
people.
I wasn't expecting anybody, so this is like 400% better than what I expected.
What?
Oh, I was trying not to be surprised by anything.
Oh.
And when I was getting my beer, I was thinking about Murphy's Law. Is everybody familiar with that one?
Which
And
one?
I was trying not to break my ever so precious Whirly Freak glass in my head. Because I was freaking out about starting the show, getting really nervous. I'm thinking about this thing. Poured my beer, didn't break the glass, come back. The laptop that the Zoom room started on, reset, just update, started. It was like 30% in. I'm like, oh my. What?
Hey, a couple
That's all right.
things, Gus. To interrupt you for 1 second there. I have a
Keep
thought, and then
interrupting
I noticed something in the background. You got your Mike Arkell trophy there in the back. Your
I was waiting for some dead air to point out my trophy.
yeah,
My
absolutely.
relic, as I often
Yeah, I
call
saw the
it.
picture of that. I just posted it there on the other page.
In this lighting, you can barely see the flicker bulb.
Oh yeah, you can see
I've
it.
been playing with, well, you guys see it better than the GoPro does, I think. Let me see. Yeah, you can kind of see it flickering.
The other thing I had was if you taped all but one of the holes up in that whirly ball, you could put beer in that and drink out of the whirly ball.
Oh, yeah.
Das WhirlyBall.
I'm an idea
Oh,
guy,
there you go,
Gus. I'm an
no.
idea guy.
Here comes Mr. Noah Aaron. Put him on speaker view.
Whoa. Hey, Noah.
Hey, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, it did let you join.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Gus got you confused with Mark.
No, what?
We
Oh, my
we look
dog's
at
opening the door now.
Hey, Mark. Mr. Mills.
Hello.
Mark.
Hey, Mark, how's it going? What's new
Good,
with
how you doing,
you?
guys? Nothing. Chaos.
Well, I'm going to cut you off and ask Noah then. Noah, what's going on? You joined first.
hey, yeah, lots of work. As a matter of fact, it's been a weird cycle where there was little to none, and now as we're figuring out how to operate in such interesting times, a lot is going on all of a sudden. So I find myself very busy, fortunately.
Right on, yeah. I put some graphics over your guys. You guys didn't see it, but if you're watching at home, Steve might see it.
Oh, on the YouTube.
Oh,
Hold on. I
Yeah,
guess I can.
I've
Yeah,
been
I got
playing
some
with all
going
my
on.
toys.
I can turn the TV back on so I can actually see it. Hold on.
So on the What in the World podcast, who is the color commentator? I go with Noah.
Yeah.
Noah does the clutch commentary, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's a way.
But you need
throwback.
the supporting
Most
characters.
of you won't know this, but yes, Ben knows that one.
Oh
Is that
wait, hold
Al
on.
Michaels?
No,
No. That's
person. Ed McMahon.
Yep. Oh, there's the feed.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
Wait,
So,
this
guys,
is-
I thought about the last time we were all together. Not Clinton, Ben, and them. But, you know, the What in the World crew. I can now force my video at you guys, like a video I'm watching, and I'm pretty sure there'd be no lag, but it'd be harder to hear people. Like, only one person could talk at a time, because it'd be like I'm constantly shouting at you as the video. Which is one thing we didn't try with the setup we had.
Cool.
Oh,
Do we need more swearing?
Probably not.
Whoa, that's totally cool.
YouTube has these guidelines.
Oh, I
Oh
thought
man,
I thought
I'm
that's why
spitting
Ben
like
was here.
beer all over my equipment.
Steve, you're like streaming lag.
Oh, I know. Well, I don't know because I was.
All his
Showing you
neighbors
guys.
pirating his internet.
Yeah.
Gus, has your beard gotten bigger? Well, at least your mustache.
It grows and then it falls out in various moments. Sometimes a dog steps on my beard, and then I lose a hair and go, "Oh, that's a good one."
I thought you said you need my beer.
No, but now you're on the show again.
Do you want a triple or a fin du monde?
This is a fin du monde, end of the world,
Yeah.
in my
Universe.
whirly freak glass. A whole beer won't fit in this yet.
Alright, well, drink more. Swear more.
Oh, we have a Chicago player in the waiting
I have
room.
Hazelicious.
What is that?
Hazelicious.
Hellacious.
Hey, Walter.
How gross, Walter.
Toy, I got him one of those things.
I can't hear shit.
I'll be real happy. Talk about volleyball.
All right.
Some sweet trophies there, Walter.
Oh man, we're gonna get Walter on the screen on the live shot there. You're even short in the video.
Oh,
man.
Oh.
Doing just fine. Then Noah came in insulting people.
Yeah, too much color commentary.
Too much Corona's got him angry.
That's right.
I was waiting for him to pop in. I had it on speaker view. Had to go back to grid, see what was going on. If you don't talk, you're not important as far as the video goes.
I'm here.
Oh, here comes Jay Fania.
Oh boy.
Another defender.
Gross.
Walter, can you hear
fellas?
me?
It's so nice to see Walter on. Naughty Noah, bad man. Come on.
You heard it from Mrs. Whirly Freak. Whether you ask for it or not. She keeps me hydrated.
Whoa.
No,
Okay.
still making fun of
Gus,
me.
maybe Amy could host and you could get the beer.
She doesn't like cameras.
Oh. From the car
Not
view.
her thing.
Is that a live shot of Jay?
What's
Yeah.
up?
Hey,
Oh, I
Jay?
thought that was a picture of you just looking at us angrily.
How weird.
I forgot I asked for a link. I'm out picking shit up for the wife, and I was like, oh yeah, the fucking Zoom.
I put that
Gotta
link up
get in
just
on
for
that
you.
shit. Yeah, I know. Thank you. I appreciate it. What's up? How you guys all doing?
Hey, man.
Surviving.
I fucking miss WhirlyBall, dude. I didn't realize how much I miss it. Like, bad. I mean, I have a life, but that's my one guaranteed night a week, right? Like, I don't have to ask. Like, Monday night, no one fucks with me. I'm going to WhirlyBall, and it's just like,
Mondays have been so boring.
whoa,
Looks like
that was robotic.
Looks like it's gonna be another month or so before we can play. I mean,
Yeah.
at least.
What's the Michigan lockdown look like? We just got extended past May 4th, apparently today.
We're
is what our-
extended
We're
to the
sheltering-
15th.
Yeah, we're sheltering in place till the 15th, but they're starting to relax some of the stuff. Like the golf courses are open again, and
Go fishing.
but it's likely with social distancing that WhirlyBall might not open for a lot longer than the 15th. I mean, we may not see it until the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
Or my tattoo studio, which
Yeah,
directly
yeah, I mean,
affects the Whirly Freak,
Yeah.
being me
If you were
and
in
my
Georgia,
ability to
you'd
buy
right now.
things.
We're extended
Yeah,
till May 30th.
I think we just need 1 meter bumpers, and then we're
Look at this-
solved.
Yeah, look at that guy. With
You have to
with the
disinfect the
back-
cars at halftime.
Yeah.
That's true. Or just repaint them.
It's just like a gym. Every time you leave the seat, you just have a disinfectant wipe. Just wipe down the car and the seat.
What if we all
Yeah.
play in a bubble?
What if? Wait. What if the cars were painted in such a way that it had both colors, dual painted, like some kind of dual tone,
Second half is
but
with UV
opposite
lights.
each other, and the players just switch sides? Like, so
Then
one
what
set
do
of
you
cars
do-
would be black in the front and red in the back, or yellow
Then what do
if
you do
you're
the
at a
next
yellow
game?
and red center.
when other people have to come out.
That's what I'm saying. You disinfect in between games, but I'm trying to cut out the disinfect in
light is
between
for.
at half.
Oh, or a drive-through
You're
bleach
onto something,
station.
Noah.
There you go.
There you go.
What really
Those are
irks
two
me,
maps.
or not irks me, but bothers me, makes me feel like the
Grind your
universe
gears.
is attacking me personally, even though I know this is affecting the whole world. We got locked down on tournament night of my winter league. It never happened. Tournament night. It's winter league never had closure. For anybody that's played leagues, imagine that. I have people that don't
Same
want
thing
to
with
play
us.
in the summer. They're the winter players. We never. It just never happened. I feel
Didn't that
sad,
happen
and
with our upper
there's a
league?
part of me can't
I
move
think
on.
our season had just ended, didn't it?
Yeah.
The Seattle guys?
Yeah.
Our season, and we were waiting for the
I wish I had
season to
started a week
start.
earlier.
Yeah.
Well, you could have done what Jeremy did and did like a virtual tournament.
Well, that's how our nationals is going to be this year. So
All right.
I gotta pay him more.
I just had a fun thought for next week, because I hope some of you will join me next Wednesday night. Or if we decide as a WhirlyBall Nation to pick a different night where we can get different people on who aren't available tonight. Everybody find a clean ball or a dirty ball. A ball. When you're ready to speak, you throw up the koosh ball. That way people aren't trying to talk over each other. Because Zoom can handle
It's
2.5 people talking at once.
We'll just mute Jay and maybe Steve.
Works for me.
That we can pretend
Gus talks more than I do.
It's my show, Jay. Welcome to it.
This guy. It doesn't
But
matter whether
it's
you're
all for
on
you,
the
though.
show, on the court. It doesn't matter. You're always talking.
I think Ben might be muted.
No, he just doesn't talk.
Yeah, I just don't say a whole lot. I haven't been drinking tonight.
I want to ask Ben, though, and I'm going to force him to speak in front of everybody.
Great.
Ben, what happened to our Tuesday night and Sunday morning Zoom meetings? Did you get sick of us?
No.
What's going on?
So Tuesday, the following week I couldn't do it, and then the week after that I was going to do it on Thursday, and that's when we had our meeting on what we're going to do about nationals. That was last Thursday, and
I see.
Now it seems like, what's the point? Since we can't even play and do anything with it. So
the point is we like to see each other once a week, whether digitally or physically.
Yeah, I can throw some more together. I just the weather has been so nice, and being able to golf. I've golfed the last 4 days in a row, so
nice.
It's I couldn't wait to get out. So we'll bring it back up.
Like, fuck you guys. I'm going out for my sanity.
Yeah, there is definitely a silver lining to nationals being canceled this year. I get to.
Oh, I think we have another Chicago player in the waiting room.
Oh, and hey, Ben, just really quick, Noah was interested in your WhirlyBall formula. We were talking about that last week.
I'll send it.
4 easy payments, $19.95.
Okay. Yeah, I'll.
Or the formula.
Maybe Steve can send you my number or something. We can figure it out that way.
Yeah, or I can send it to him over Messenger or something. Just a one page with what it is.
I don't have the Facebook Messenger.
Well,
but
no,
he can then send it. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool.
It's nothing mind blowing. It really isn't.
What's this formula?
It's just something. I was trying to relate the game to strategy, and
it's like core math, but for WhirlyBall.
Yeah. So it's making the game, breaking it down to the simplest form on what makes a team win, what makes a team lose, and then moving forward, every decision that you make has to go back to this formula because it encompasses everything. So, and it's really just how you add up the score at the end, and so. But if you don't have a starting point, it's really tough to get people to buy into new concepts and new ways of playing.
Shave your head, Ben.
So no big secrets or anything, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, George has got the corona.
Welcome, George, to the group.
Cheers.
George, say
Who
something.
shaved Ben's head?
Hi, George.
Hello, sir.
Cheers.
Ah, yes.
Is anybody else drinking anything tonight?
Holding it too close.
What you got, Mother Mark?
Hazelicious.
Is that like a local brew?
Yeah, it's from Rubens and
Does it
Fremont.
sponsor your podcast?
No.
It's been a while since I plugged the podcast.
President Trump.
What's the point of having a sponsor where you can't even leave the house?
In case anybody watching this live stream's never watched What in the World, listened to, What in the World podcast. If you like listening to people talk about their thing, this is the WhirlyBall podcast. And I got the hosts
where you talk about your thing.
with some other people here in this Zoom room.
It's brought
Continue
to you by
on
Gus's
Zoom room.
Tattoo Shop.
Yeah, my unofficial sponsor. They unwillingly fund the Whirly Freak.
Soon to have better audio quality.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I can't wait
Yeah.
till we can all get together. It's going to be great because you guys are going to be playing with that toy. I'm going to be playing with this toy. We're going to get together at Nationals. You guys can mic everybody. All I got to do is plug you into this as the audio
Awesome.
source. And it's good to go.
It's gonna be legit.
It's going to be awesome. We're going to kick
So you
guys
Texas's
use that?
ass.
Did you guys use the new
Digitally,
setup yet? to
film-wise.
Record a podcast?
Not yet.
No,
So not
still
yet,
haven't gotten
so-
the mixing board yet.
Yeah, I got the laptop, but we're still waiting on the mixing board. And then we have to
Then we'll have
purchase
to be together.
microphones and headphones.
Fun fact, Jay. The
Yeah.
morning that Steve bought these things, well, Noah bought one, Steve bought one, if I'm correct. I watched
bought
the
both.
video. Oh, Steve did both of it? Way to go, Steve. I watched a video of this same product that he was buying and said Steve needs to see this and sent it to him. YouTube just showed me randomly, like, you should watch this. Because I've been watching a lot of video podcast type stuff.
What was that? The
Not the
mixer
audio
that he bought?
side.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Rode Procaster.
So, Jay, when you get home and check my YouTube channel, you'll see my live stream of this whole conversation,
Nice.
which is going to be fun. I don't know how good it is because I'm kind of just winging it. I'll watch it later and stab myself in the heart going like, I could have done better. But here's my camera. This is my GoPro.
Maybe some more
And I can
close-up
go to a
control.
still shot. Whoops. And I can go to my laptop with a zoom room.
You can look
You
at
guys
each-
want to be
each
shown
person's
in a Brady Bunch view or the single speaker view?
Oh, the Brady Bunch is nice.
Oh, Brady
Yeah.
Bunch is fun.
Yeah,
Mark's
Brady
in the
Bunch.
middle on the view if you want to know. So, Mark, if you look up, you can look at me. Look up, straight up. Mark, look
I don't
straight
see
up.
the Brady Bunch either.
Like, tilt your head up. That's me. If you look to your right,
If I look
And
to
up?
my left, I'll see.
That's your
Jay.
left?
If I look to my right,
Jay.
you see Noah.
yeah. Below you is Walter.
Yep.
Are you watching on YouTube?
Always.
So you don't need me to tell you.
Always.
I always get
What do you
Jay
mean?
and Noah confused.
Wait, so
Yeah.
Ben's over here.
Yeah, we look very
Hi, Ben.
similar.
So if I wanted to hand Ben the ball, he's over here. And then Clint's over here. So, it's the other way, Clint. I'm on the other side. There it is. So that'd be the ball.
Oh yeah, no.
And Jay Fania
Noah,
is
you're on
below
an end,
you,
so when
Clint.
you looked one way, you were just looking at nothing.
Dang it. Oh, hi.
Yeah,
Bob.
everybody
Okay,
else's
there.
view is going to be
Now you're
different than
looking at
mine.
me.
But mine's the official one that YouTube sees. So
What
listen
would be
up.
funny is if Amy showed up at Noah's with a beer.
That'd be good.
Thank you, Ben.
You all get the
Oh,
shaker
you're
for
welcome.
that.
It's just a quick grab. It's not everything, but at least it sort of gives what the formula is and how the outcomes work.
Can we just meet at the Michigan Center and start playing? Because it's kind of hidden and nobody will know there's cars in there.
I asked, he said no.
Oh, okay. What
He
if
said
all
no.
players are required to play?
Masks?
What if all players were required to play wear with gloves and a mask? So
To start?
we don't disinfect the cars. You just throw away your gloves at the end of the game. Nah, there's a trash can right there.
I think we need.
What happened to that rip?
I think we need to disinfect the cars regardless. I mean, just a little spray.
We can do that too.
Everyone can be moist.
Do it all.
We do that after Doug plays anyway, don't we? Disinfect the cars.
Well, okay. Before we got locked down, they were already changing their policies. They scrubbed the whole place clean, but it was to no avail. I don't want to say to no effect or whatever, because it was done, but it was never tested because we got shut down because bars got shut down. There's nothing we could do. So all the extra cleaning we were doing, I mean, it was good, and we can keep doing that, and it'll make it safer.
Did you guys see the mansion that Walter's building?
No.
Holy
Walter, you gotta chime in. This is not like some Zoom meeting you can just sit back. You gotta contribute here. We're live and stuff.
Yeah. Walter, let's on the 4th floor, is there gonna be 3 bathrooms?
Only for the 3 girls.
I can't see Walter unless I stand up.
Did you put the whirlyball court in?
Holy, that is for damn
It's a 3-court. It's a 3-court center.
Different music on each level.
Yeah, but you have to be under 5 foot to play.
You're gonna be by yourself, huh?
Yeah, basically.
All right, so some
Wait,
real talk for a second. Chicago guys, either George or Walter.
Yeah.
How many times did you get to play at the new center before the lockdown?
Oh, we had a whole season.
Okay.
Almost. We didn't get to finish the
How'd that go?
The playoffs.
Yeah, we just didn't do the end of the playoff night, but I mean, we had an 8-week season. It was all right. We had a lot of people.
You did the same thing as me. You couldn't complete the
season. 7 teams, right? I think 7 teams.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
George, did they make you play defense?
I played full court.
Nice.
It's easy with those huge rims. Just kidding. Actually, I played. It depended on the game. It was me and Dad together, so we both kind of played offense or defense. One of us would play offense, the other would play defense. We had a girl though. It was basically 4 on 5 on every game. We had a new girl who couldn't even figure out how to drive the car right.
Oh, I thought they were talking about you.
Huh?
Never mind. I said I thought they were talking about you. You were that 5th player.
I was. Yes. As you know, I can barely pick the ball up and throw it. Full court. Right on the spot.
So I'm going to take 1 second to introduce everybody in the Hollywood Squares here for a second. Just in case anybody who's watching has no idea who we are. So over here in this square, this is Ben Glotzhober from Michigan. He's one of my mentors.
He's pointing
made
at
me
me.
this
I don't know what's
glass.
going on.
No, that's on your screen. Over here is Clint, who brought me into National WhirlyBall. George keeps moving somehow. Now he's right directly under me. This is for George from Chicago. Over here is Noah Aaron. I can't point right. There he is.
How we doing?
Yeah. And below him is Steve Vogt. And then way opposite below is Mark Mills. Now, all those cats are the What in the World podcast guys. Now, Walter's directly below George at the bottom. And he's another Chicago player. This is the National WhirlyBall crew. We lost Jay Fania. Where'd he go?
He was driving while zooming.
Yeah, he's driving all over.
Oh, there he is. He doesn't fit in the... Okay. I wonder if I can make a bigger grid view. Here we go. I don't know. How do we do that?
Walter's burning his house down.
Oh, no. Not again.
I don't know. I never had more than 9 people in my whole thing.
That's what you tell all the guys.
Well, never at once.
Wah, wah. Now, if I had the What in the World podcast guy's new toy, I could hit the wah wah button. But only they know what I'm talking about.
Gut. Hey, Jay, where are you driving?
Home. I was at Target. I had to do the wife ordered some stuff and they came out and threw it in my trunk and social distance shopping for the win.
Get a good view of George's belly.
Hot.
Yeah.
Hot.
Turned on.
I'm into it.
I'm gonna play some defense.
That's what he's doing now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
He said, "Get in my belly."
Okay, I gotta go for a bit because I gotta go get dinner.
See you, Mark.
Well, Mark, you're welcome to come on if we're still on when you're done eating or whatever.
Yeah.
Mr. Mark Mills.
Go in the house and maybe I'll try and join again. We'll see. But good to see you guys. Take care, man. Stay safe.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Hey, Mark.
Oh, I have to readmit Steve.
Man, I'm glad they're gone.
Did anybody hear the train going by?
I heard it. Yep.
I thought that was
I don't think
George's
there's
belly.
anything I could do about that. Like, if I want to have a pro YouTuber studio, I'm going to have to rent a space away from my home that I can soundproof.
Get a train
Because
canceling
I could
microphone.
soundproof this
There you go.
and spend more money than renting some other space far away from train tracks.
I see you do it outside right next to the tracks.
It's right there. Oh my god. It might like blow out people's speakers. Like it's right there.
That's the price. What are you gonna do?
I wish I'd done more prep work because I have some
You too.
what the pros call Ben. Come on now. What the pros call lower thirds, right? I had some for the What in the World guys because we did a little thing that I haven't released yet. But I wish I'd done like a whole bunch of little graphics for like all the Michigan guys that might chime in. But I don't
I got
have
a question. Hey, you guys from Seattle, what's it like there, man? I know Epicenter, whatever you want to call it, wasn't that far away from you guys. Is it still pretty bad? I mean, we're in Detroit. The closer you are to Detroit, the worse it is here. The farther you are, better off. I mean, there's 3 counties that make up Detroit essentially, and they have.
And most of the Michigan players are in that.
Yeah, well,
area.
or the outskirts of it.
Yeah, I guess there are 3 counties that kind of make up the vast majority of the Seattle area. Most folks are either from King or Snohomish County, with a few people traveling from elsewhere. And King and Snohomish County were the epicenter. Kirkland, which is in King County and on the other side of Lake Washington, that's where it was first noted. That's where the tragedies at the nursing homes first started, and it kind of, the testing and tracing kind of grew from there. It's how we discovered there was such a big problem here.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
That's where Driscoll rented the house. Driscoll caused. Sorry.
Yeah, dark.
And true.
No, it was pretty wild. I mean, we were it was looking like we were heading towards what New York City became, but fortunately, when the social distancing and the stay-at-home orders kind of came out, except for a couple of events like a 33,000 person soccer game, except for that, the city basically shut down almost overnight. And it's been really impressive to see just the essential workers. The grocery stores have put in the plexiglass, and now people have masks and sanitization supplies. So there's been an abundance of caution, specifically in the kind of urban centers. The homeless population remains particularly susceptible and unprotected because at the food banks,
people like Steve.
Yeah.
Effectively, We're the ones that go to the food banks and the shelters because they congregate so closely. They're coming from everywhere, and it's just a real challenge. So Seattle actually, the county or the city and the county both, they bought hotels, they rented buildings, and they tried to house people and feed them and keep them separated and do a little bit of tracing. So that's been helpful. Right now, it looks like we're doing well. The number of new cases
Flattening the curve.
Yeah, it appears to have been flattened, and so now we're trying to get 14 days on the back end. Jay was saying that the stay-at-home order was extended, but it's also opening up as it's being extended. So more than just essential, right? Golf is now okay to do, and a few more things like that. And I expect that's kind of the way it's going to go. As long as you can maintain 6-foot separation, have a lot of sanitization, then you'll probably be okay in the coming weeks to reemerge.
I think we're about maybe a week to two behind you guys. I was just looking here. It says in Michigan we're at 40,400 cases in Michigan. The vast majority of those are in the Detroit area. It is moving a little bit north, but the social distancing and that really, for me, I would say that the number one thing they did was they closed schools pretty quick.
Yeah, same here.
Because kids, that's where that stuff travels. I mean, really, really fast. And I'm just curious. what you guys are like there.
Yeah. Well, one of the nice things that happened was so they initially had sent the National Guard to open up this makeshift hospital at CenturyLink where the Seahawks played, right? And they had it all set up. But after 2 days of having it, they just ended up packing up and closing because they didn't see anybody. And they did that because they were afraid that they were anticipating that the hospitals were going to get, filled with all of these COVID patients, but it never happened. So that was kind of one of the nice things that occurred. We didn't get the numbers that they thought.
We did the same thing here. They had downtown and one out in Novi, actually, the Nova Expo Center. They were both those. One they did build, made on the TV quite a bit. The other one they were going to, but the numbers kind of petered off. I mean, they were just worried about that. So it sounds like we're in similar circumstances.
Yeah.
Northern Michigan, very few cases. It's centered around the city, just like almost everywhere else.
Yeah, it'll be nice to get broad population testing so we can get a little better handle on the asymptomatic carriers, because right now, of course, the testing is based on those who are showing symptoms. It'll be nice to learn more about this in the hopes that we can, I don't know, get back to a little bit normal, get back to WhirlyBall.
Right. Hey, Walter, how's it going in Chicago? I mean, the same basic thing there. Sounds like you guys didn't get it as hard as we did for whatever reason.
They did the same thing with McCormick Place. They made that into a hospital. But according to Scott, who's I don't know if he's an ambulance driver or if he's just like the manager at an ambulance facility, he was saying that there's barely anybody in there. It's kind of just a waste of time what they got going on over there. The governor did extend ours till May 30th, but he did open up the golf courses and some parks. He did get a judge down south did overturn his stay-at-home for a lot of the southern counties. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to play out, but basically Chicago's probably the hardest hit for our area. They did on May 1st, you have to wear a mask no matter where you go. You have to have a mask on now anywhere in public. That they did initiate for May 1st. So yeah, hopefully the cases are not as bad, I guess. They're starting to flatten out a little bit, but some counties, most of the counties around Chicago is where most of the cases are. In anything out more rural areas are really not a lot of cases at all. So yeah, it's just the main populated areas right now.
Well, we haven't finalized it yet, but we may implement masks for ugly people at nationals in 2021.
A lot of masks, Clint.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot of masks.
I've already got mine. They gave it to me.
I picked mine up today. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
All right, hold on, let me get it.
He's on a delay for some reason.
Ben, you must talk to have the field.
Well, he's not there though.
Ben's left the room.
Oh, he
to go
left?
get this thing.
He went for a swim in the lake.
Guys, I don't know if you can hear me in the mask.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sound better.
You're on the red team. Red team.
My Nuka-Cola Power Armor helmet.
That's awesome.
Great.
Ooh, it's hot.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a pickup from GameStop today. They do curbside pickup too, so that was nice.
Well, gentlemen, I'm one of the few that have gone back to work, and I have to get up here in just a couple hours. It's been nice talking to you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna jet too. So it was good seeing you guys, and
Yeah, good seeing you guys.
all right, see you guys. Stay safe.
All right, later, guys.
All right, take care, guys.
And then there were just 4 of us.
Yeah, I just pulled up. Yeah, I just wanted to correct a little something. I just pulled up the IHME models for Washington State COVID, and previously they were projecting that broad move, that we could lift the stay-at-home order as long as we had a containment strategy, and they were modeling that would be an option on May 18th when we would have 1 case per million people. Now they're projecting that at June 2nd. So not we still got a little ways to go according to that model.
Did we lose Walter? Oh.
It's all Steve and Mark.
Yeah.
They do the hard work.
No, I mean, you hit the nail on the head, Gus. That's kind of what happened. We had Noah on one of our shows, and it just, Mark and I had a discussion. We were like, we got to get him on as a permanent host. He just he has the chops.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it, Gus. Mark and Steve do the heavy lifting. They do the hard work, and I just show up and have fun with it and hang out with 2 really good friends. So I'm living the dream. I feel a little guilty about it, but it's fun. I'm really enjoying it.
Well, don't worry. You'll be pulling more weight when you help me with all this technology that we're getting, because I have absolutely little. I've been reading up and trying to learn as much as I can within the last couple days about audio and hardware, and it still goes over my head. So you're definitely gonna. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I've started saving YouTube videos actually, so I can have a reference. I'm gonna refer back to them. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Wow, that's awesome.
You're listening to another episode of What in the World podcast. Just the importance and of learning the new technologies and not letting not being discouraged just because you feel like you don't know anything. It's just all a learning process. It takes time, and yeah, I'm willing to put the effort and work into it. Like I said, I really want to, like with all the video, with our audio, I want to just improve that. And I know we don't have a very large group of people, and some people have said, oh, what's the point? You don't have very many listeners, but because every one of those listeners, they're important to me,
My mic was off the
and
whole
the
time.
rest of the guys, it's important that we get them
Yeah.
quality that we can. And
I
it's fun.
apologize
It's
to the
fun.
YouTube audience. My mic was off like for a good chunk of that. So the
Oh.
Zoom meeting got like all of that, and the live stream got none of it.
Oh, well,
Oh man, that
their
was
loss.
Yeah, Steve actually just gave a really passionate.
Oh, you guys were heard.
Oh,
Anything
can hear
I
them.
said.
Yeah, I can hear them just fine.
Anything I
well,
said was
I'm
gone.
good with that. That's fine.
Anyway, cheers. Now YouTubers can
Cheers.
hear me. Definitely drinking and smoking shouldn't be done before live streams or during or both. Or maybe they should.
They should. They should. Come on, Booger.
That was Amy, for those of you that can hear her.
Sorry, I apologize.
Booker is a nickname of either dog at any moment. Cookie and Otis are both boogers.
Were there? I mean, it was great to see everybody. Were we going to talk whirly ball?
all you want, whatever you want to talk about. This show, as much as I've been talking too much, in my mind, is meant to introduce the WhirlyBall Nation to the hypothetical people that have never been in the WhirlyBall world. So my YouTube link, I'm going to keep trying to promote to those people that are like the party goers that think there's national WhirlyBall tournaments? What? Where have I been? When everything was open, these type of people are born every day. They go to a party, they just discovered WhirlyBall. Maybe they see a Whirly Freak sticker at the Novi Center or at the Seattle Center if they haven't been torn down. And they're like, what is this? And they go to my YouTube channel and they see tournaments. Or now that I've been forced into insanity, that I have to continue my YouTube channel as a YouTuber, which is what I've always wanted to do, but didn't. But now I'm forced to, because I have nothing else to do. But the original intent of my YouTube channel was to promote WhirlyBall. In 2012, it was the Ann Arbor Leagues. I didn't know about National WhirlyBall, but I created a YouTube channel and just tried to promote those leagues. And that's how Clint Fisher found me. Pulled me into the WhirlyBall Nation in late 2013. I couldn't go to Seattle in 2014. Financial problems. But my first nationals was Michigan, Novi, 2015, as you guys may remember or recall. I don't know. Also, when I first got my first GoPro, which changed my world of recording WhirlyBall. Because when I started in Ann Arbor, I had crap camera and didn't know how to get a full view of the court good. After being out in Novi, seeing Sam Kim with his GoPros, and Ben and Glotzhober, who was on here previously, the GoPro thing. And actually, Anthony Ola from Cleveland would come up to practices, and he had a setup, GoPro, battery, because your first hiccup with tackling GoPros is the battery issue.
Happy birthday,
GoPro
Anthony
batteries...
Ola, by the way.
To who?
Oh,
today's
It's
Anthony's birthday.
It is his birthday.
He's not watching, but...
Nah. Maybe one day.
I don't want to say
Let's do
happy
this.
birthday because that win in 2016 still like... Oh, wait. Michigan... Wait, get the...
You know what, though? You guys are all... It could have gone either way. You guys... It was so late in the morning. Like...
Well, okay. They barely beat us.
And
they never beat us before.
That entire tournament.
And then our other A team, or a C team. A team, what the fuck? Just dropped the F-bomb on my own show. The other C team couldn't beat them, but they'd went cold. They'd stopped playing for so long. That's the excuse. But that was our first time in that whole tournament playing on that court. We beat everybody on court 2 and lost to Cleveland on court 1. We had no idea how to use those cars. The whole night we were like, it was like, we'd learned court 2, beat everybody, beat Atlanta, 2 Seattle teams. We did all of our action on court 2. Then we get on court 1 and lose by 1 goal to Cleveland, who practiced with us, never beat us before. It was hard.
So should there be an option to choose a court in like future tournaments?
No, I think they did. I think they do.
Oh, the players?
We were not in a position to choose. Probably. If recollection.
That's what I'm saying. The players should have the option to choose which court potentially.
It would have been in their field to pick.
Generally, I think that's reserved for A players and unlimited players that make a big deal about it.
Well, I mean,
that really is if there's you get 2 halves.
An A or unlimited going on at that time, right? Or I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So nobody
Never
was
mind.
making a big deal about it.
Yeah, gotcha.
And if they were, someone probably told them to shut up and get on the court. All right, guys. I also have to get to work tomorrow in the morning. Gus, thank you for setting this up. This is a really cool thing.
Hopefully we can do it again next week.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, we'll try and get
Thanks for
some
coming
more new people on. I'll be back on.
All right.
I'm probably going to head out as well.
All
Yeah, we
right,
need
so I'll say goodbye to both of
really
you,
free
and we'll probably
flag.
just shut down the video, and we'll try to reconvene next week.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts from you two?
Steve, any final words?
Don't eat yellow snow.
And any specific advice to the WhirlyBall players that you want to close the show with?
Roll middle, and don't let the whirly ball sit you in the face.
There it is.
That's what he was fishing for.
Oh, I knew it, but I just wanted to deter. I wanted to deter him just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
Well, Steve,
no, just really
Noah,
quick,
it's
we
been
gotta.
nice having both of you on.
I was just gonna tell Noah we gotta have a conversation at some point soon and catch up on electronics and stuff. I want to see if you've done any additional research, because I'm aching to get back on Amazon and get some more stuff.
Yeah, I think I was leading us astray looking at condensers. I think we want dynamics.
And
Dude, microphones that's a wormhole. I got a crappy microphone. It was my first microphone when I realized I couldn't use the GoPro for live streaming up in the booth. It just wasn't going to work. So this was the first microphone I bought.
Noah is
so I'm
going
due to
to
upgrade.
explain to me. Noah's going to explain to me later on the difference between dynamic and condenser.
I can't wait to hear it from when you figure it all out and we get together at some invite somewhere with all of our equipment and just live stream some silly tournament. It'll be so much fun.
Yeah.
Before we sign off, and before I forget, Noah, you're going to do your heavy lifting at the tournaments where you think you have free time. No more free time. You are commentating like Thomas Lee from Texas.
Heck yes.
You're the next gen Thomas Lee.
I mean, he's a professional. I got some learning to do, but I enjoy the practice.
Learn it from him. Take it, make it your own, and we got you from the technical end. I got you video. They got you audio. We're gonna do it. Cheers, fellas.
Awesome. All right.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon.
See you later. Good night. Be safe.
You too.
Yes. All right, bye.
All right. Well, that's the end of my show tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Anybody still watching? Good night. Be safe. I have a little screen here I'm going to click. Later on in post, I'm going to add a little end screen thing. And it's going to be like, subscribe there and watch these videos if you like it. You know, hit the bell if you want to have these videos show up in your news thing on YouTube. Whatever.